Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Efeni. Great Malabite, good morning.
Abachi. Good morning, Mr. Oseni.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Miss Omora.
Good morning.
Yes.
The queen of the screen, completed.
Queen of the screen.
Undoubtedly. Now, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of records. The lead story, Federal Executive Council approves $11.174 billion for construction of Lagos Calabar Coastal Rail, endorses acquisition of 20% stake in Dangote Refinery, silver, rehabilitation of Warri Kaduna refineries to go up $1.484 billion. NMPC misses 6-month revenue projection by 1.1 trillion naira. Now, two stories there. Let's start with the one that interests me most, the Lagos Calabar Coastal Rail, because that will pass through my home state. And this has been in the works for quite some time. There's also the Coastal Road, which will shorten the distance between Lagos and Calabar and other southern states, and not really taking off over time. This approval is the cash ready. The Vice President presided over this FEC meeting. I hope somebody will not tell me when the President comes that that is not priority. But we are happy, we're interested, and we'll monitor the disbursement. I hope the money is available. Whether we have to borrow one more time to deal with this project, because I'm one of those who have criticized Rotimi Amechi that he has been embarking as Minister of Transportation on rail construction almost everywhere except in the south. Here we have it, and we hope it is for real. Now, as for the refineries, Rotus quarreled with rehabilitating Warri and Kaduna refineries. Are these refineries scrap that should be sold as scrap? I don't think so. Because recall that Obasanjo administration, in the twilight of that administration, sold off some refineries. And one of those who actually made bid was a certain Aliko Dangote, who today is building the biggest refinery. So for Dangote to stake a claim, then it means there's something in that refinery that you can still turn around and make profit. Aliko Dangote, the last time I checked, is not chairman of a charity organization. So if the refurbishment, the rehabilitation of these refineries can bring them on stream, then so be it. Because that will put paid to this importation of fuel, which you will agree is quite disgraceful for a country that has so much crude oil to ship crude oil out and import refined products. So we keep a tab on these matters, that this refurbishment, of course, will, starting with the Port Harcourt, which has gone some way, and from the statement from the Ministry of Petroleum Resources, before long, some aspects of that refinery should start producing. Now, other newspapers are reporting the same stories. The Tribune newspaper, FEC backed federal government acquisition of 2.76 billion minority stake in Dangote Refinery. OK's award of 11.1 coastal rail project. Warri Kaduna Refineries rehabilitation to go up 1.4 billion. Now, the News Direct newspaper, mixed reaction trail $1.4 billion contract for Warri Kaduna Refineries rehabilitation. Yes, Mixed reaction expectedly, because some believe that we hope this will not be money down the drain again. But the Business Day newspaper, local firms eye assets as Shell, others exit onshore operations. Seplat, Chapa among top contenders. Yes, Shell has a lot of onshore assets, and as they move out of onshore operations, you can be sure the new boys in the industry like Seplat will be interested in their assets. Now, the Daily Trust newspaper, PDP BOT meets today as plot to sack Secondus thickens. Its conspiracy to hijack party and battle chair. We will overcome our challenges, Walid Jibrin. PDP governors meet Monday. BOT member Emoji joins APC. Now, the Punch newspaper also reporting the story. Secondus battle for survival, Tambuwal rally support as Wike plots. PDP chairman's removal. Rivers governors, others want Secondus out before next meeting. National convention. Embattled party chair fingers on named party leader as Atiku denies involvement. Now, also reporting this story, the Daily Independent newspaper of Nigeria. PDP leadership crisis. Secondus gets a lifeline. Atiku denies sponsoring move to sack party chairman. Attempt to hijack party will lead to implosion. Dixon, Seriake Dixon, former governor, now senator, warns. Plot to seize party structure behind crisis. Secondus revealed. Yes, according to, I just read portion of this report from the Daily Independent. Yes, it's a peace seems to be returning to the embattled party after several prominent leaders intervene in the matter. That's the Daily Independent reporting, and it went further to say that a source told Daily Independent on Tuesday that the crisis in the party was as a result of those seeking to pick the presidential and vice presidential tickets of PDP in the 2023 election. And it went further to say another source also told the Daily Independent that the resignation of the deputy national officers on Tuesday was bankrolled by an influential governor in the South-South and two of his colleagues who have been at loggerheads with Secondus over the running of the affairs of the party to give semblance of crisis reading of a crisis reading party. Yes, the PDP as a party, yes, seem to have learned nothing from its recent past. And Ruben, you hammered that very well as a member of the party. At least you were in the government, and you have since used the ticket of that party to seek political office. So when you speak on PDP matters, I'm sure so many people listen, like they listen to you on a number of issues. I hope those who want to hijack the party will not end up with an empty shell by the time this crisis implodes in the fullness of time. But according to the Daily Independent, some party leaders are already wading in, trying to calm the troubled waters, as it were. I hope they succeed so that we don't have a situation, excuse me, where we'll be looking at one option in the run-up to the 2023 election. Now, the Vanguard newspaper, Sunday Igboho, 12 aides get 80 million naira iron bail as court restrains DSS from arresting Igboho, blocking its bank account. Judgment boosts people's hope in the judiciary. Gani Adams, at least, yes, tough conditions of bail, but bail is what it is. Grant them freedom so that they can come from their homes to answer charges if there are charges against them. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria's The Guardian newspaper, Government, Twitter, silent as ban clocks 2 months. Losses to economy rise to 152 billion naira as SMEs migrate to other platforms. They are talking, says source. Experts want investment in local messaging app. If we just quickly rush through the foreign newspapers, yes, the Daily Mail newspaper now, all over 12, could be jabbed. Ruben, we have not been able to do 1%. Between 12 and 15 are being brought into the picture. Yes, shortly after the jab will be made available to those over 16. And of course, when you plan, you can take care of your populace. If you want the rest of the world to worry about the poor nations, you heard the riposte to Dr. Jesus' appeal yesterday. And the rich countries saying, look, we have to do what we have to do for our populace. Now, the New York Times, crisis builds for Cuomo as new inquiries loom and his support erodes. There's no hiding place for Governor Andrew Cuomo. He has to bow out or he will be impeached.
Well, Fene.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have much time. We practically have run out of time. But very quickly, you made a comment about President Buhari not considering the Lagos Calabar coastal rail a priority. I think that would be wrong because there's no matter that will come to the Federal Executive Council.
I said, I hope so.
Okay, that's your expectation.
Not when he returns and we'll start hearing that.
But if you look at the process,
yes,
there's no way the matter can even come to the Federal Executive Council in the first place if it's not gone through some background process approved by the President himself, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, and within the villa, the Chief of Staff. So the President must have known about it before even bringing it up at the Federal Executive Council. But quickly, on the issue of the crisis in the PDP, I made some comments earlier on Senator Joy Emodi, and I said she was one of those early founding members of the party, and my phone had been attacked with an avalanche of responses, and what persons are saying, stakeholders, I guess, is that one, no, she's not a founding member of the PDP. According to them, she was first in APP, and when APP did not work for her, she came to the PDP in 2003, and when she didn't get what she wanted, she moved to ABGA. When ABGA did not work, she moved back to PDP.
Ruben, I thought you overhyped Joy Emodi at this point.
Well, I'm just giving you a report.
She's been under the political radar for a long time.
The reaction that I got.
Yes.
But when I was in government and we worked together, I could see her level of commitment. And people are saying, well, she's gone to APC now, and that she will still come back, and that she doesn't have any influence. But that's the way it is in politics. But what we're saying to some of these politicians is that, look, don't play the politics of exclusion. Don't play the politics of ego. In 2014, people were excluded in the PDP and the party paid a heavy price. Anyway, no time to go further. Thank you very much, Emmanuel.